Hey everybody, thanks for coming by PPV Genius, and we're sure you're going to love the what the software can do for you. Let's just jump right into it and show you exactly what everybody's used to. So if you're new to this, you'll learn a lot. If you've been doing this for a while, you already know what you have to do to generate campaigns. And so basically what it comes down to is researching URLs. So let's just take one of the more common and popular CPA offers about teeth whiteners. So ordinarily, in PPV marketing, what we do is we go to Google, we search on teeth whitener, and you can see all the results. And what we'll do is we'll go here, we'll copy, one URL at a time, paste it over here in Notepad, and go back. And of course, we'd end up copying all these on this page, another page, and keep going. Then we go over to Bing, and same thing, right? Do our search, copy the URLs, paste it in here. Then on to Yahoo, same thing. Come back to Notepad and paste it again. Then we go on to the next place, Alexa, which a lot of people don't know, and or I take it back. A lot of people know about it, but they don't use it for this. It's a great resource. It's more URLs, and so basically you've got another URL here. We paste that back into Notepad, and then let's say we take the last one and we paste it into Quantcast. This is going to give us some demographics, which is great. And sometimes some URLs, they actually give you other URLs that are related to it, that people have visited that are common and related. You'd want to copy those too and bid on them. So as you can imagine, for any campaign like this, it's time consuming. An hour, 2 hours, or whatever, as much time as it takes, a manual process. It's just, it's one of those things where if you want to do a lot of campaigns in a short amount of time, or even just one in a short amount of time, you can't really do it manually. And that's one of the driving forces behind PPV Genius. So let me show you what you can do with PPV Genius. So you can see in here we've got a couple of settings. You got URLs. You can put a URL in there. You can do a search on just URL. This time we're going to actually work with just keywords. So what I've done is I've put in teeth whitener. Let's go ahead and search that. Probably going to end up with like 400 or 500 results. Some searches you do, you'll end up with 3,000. It just depends on the keywords and the popularity of it. So in this case, we ended up with 400. Now let's say we want to expand the scope a little bit more. Instead of just teeth whitener, let's actually type in teeth whitening. And you'll watch it populate, very, very fast. I mean, think about how much time this would take you to generate 800 URLs. You saw how fast I was doing it. Copy, paste, copy, paste. It's one of those things that's just not easy. It's not fast. PPV Genius cuts the time down to seconds. So now that we've got a list here, you can see the various buttons across the top. If you want just Google results, you can click on the Google button, and you'll see that these are just Google results. If you want Yahoo, you'll just get Yahoo results. Alexa, actually we didn't come up with anything. In Bing, we've got 400 and some odd results for Bing alone, and Quantcast, we've got none because there just weren't any results for that. If we go back to all URLs, now that all the URLs are here, we can actually work with them. One thing I'll point out is that if you want these in a raw format, there's two ways. If you click copy, you'll get just the URLs here. If you click save to CSV, which is a pretty much universal export format, Excel and a variety of other programs open it, you'll actually get all the columns and all this information here, so you can open it inside of Excel or some other program you use to view those. Let's take these URLs now and put them into our export list. So now you can see our export list. We've got 848. Run a dedupe on it. Initially, we've got 349. Now this right now, this is deduping on the URL alone. And what we all know in PPV is that we're not going to dedupe on just the domain. We're going to dedupe on the full URL. So what you'll find is whenever you click copy here, all right, because what we want to do is we're going to put these on the clipboard. And when we click full URL, there's actually a list behind the scenes of all 848 items. When you click full URL, the software knows to actually dedupe based on the entire URL, not just the domain name. So now if we click full URL, it happens in seconds. And what we do is we just take that list. I'll just show you what you have. Now you've got an entire list of of full URLs, not just domain names. And think about how much time this saves already. And since we're in PPV, a lot of PPV marketers, we use PPC as well. And since Google is one of the the prominent PPC engines, we created an export function for Google as well. Gives you everything pre-populated. It actually extends the domains, adds in the .dub and a few other varieties of it to make it a wider scope and allow you to bid on things that most people don't bother bidding on. It's already pre-formatted, phrase, exact, and broad. So you don't have to do much with that at all. Literally just copy and paste it into any of your ad groups. We also have a variety of other functions. So now you've got extra. So basically, if you just want, if you want the same variations, adding on the .dub, the space, no space, periods, etc., that you would use in other engines like Yahoo. So you click on extra, and you can see what you get here. So there's no quotations, there's no brackets, which means it's just designed for pretty much any PPC engine out there. Now let's say we just want a basic. If we want a basic list, the basic list just gives us a general list of domains and not too much else. So now let's move these back to the main list. Now you can see the power of the software, and it's really, we haven't even shown you everything yet. Let's just say you wanted to get let's say you wanted these demographics for domain. So you've got teeth whitener review, right? If we double click that, if in fact there is Quantcast data, it'll appear here, or compete. Okay, obviously for that one there isn't. Let's just take, obviously there's going to be something for Squidoo. So we'll take that. And you can see you get Quantcast data here and you get compete data here. Now, granted that's for Squidoo, which is a highly popular site, but the point is that it's literally as easy double clicking and you can pull up the statistics for any given site, provided provided the statistics exist inside of Quantcast or compete. And ordinarily you'd have to copy and paste while you're going at Quantcast, right? Just like this. You'd have to do one at a time. Here, it's as simple as double clicking. So basically what we've done is we've taken a variety of functions that you ordinarily have to do manually, that'll take you hours, and we've condensed it into seconds. So we really look forward to having you as part of the PPV Genius family, and we're sure that you'll find the software dramatically cutting back the time you spend designing your campaigns and doing your research. Anyhow, if you just keep reading below, look at the bottom, you click the buy link, and it's almost nothing. So it's $47, gets you in the door, and I think $47 is more than worth the time you'll save in just designing one campaign. Thanks, and we look forward to having you inside. Hey there, welcome to PPV Genius. We're glad to have you here, and we're sure you'll find the software more than a time saver. You're not going to imagine just how much time you're going to save using this. And let's just get started and show you exactly what you're going to be getting when you buy the package. So here's the normal way that we all start out, researching our PPV campaigns. So we go to Google, and I just took like one of the more common CPA offers right now, teeth whiteners. So ordinarily, as PPV marketers, basically what we do is we go to Google and we do some research on the keywords. And so what we end up with is a bunch of URLs. And what we'll do is we'll take, we'll just do this. We'll just take and copy, one URL at a time, put it in like a notepad, and continue on URL after URL. Then we'll go on to a different one, down to Bing. Same thing. Take the URLs, copy them, paste them into Notepad, just building up our list of URLs. On to Yahoo. Another one. Take that, paste it in a Notepad. Onto Alexa, which a lot of people don't actually do, but Alexa's great for this. So we go here, we copy these URLs. And mind you now, I'm only doing one at a time. Otherwise, this would take, forever, which is what it usually did. And if we go here, we take the last URL, into Quantcast. We paste it in here. It'll return some data on it. Maybe, maybe not. Sometimes it returns, URLs that are related to it. And, ordinarily you'd take and you'd copy those URLs, and Quantcast doesn't make that easy. Yeah, you get the stats and everything, but by the time you get through copying and pasting all these URLs over, all the search engines and all the variety of methods to gather your URLs, and then you have to go back here, then you have to go back to your list, make sure there's no duplicates in there, take out, the www dot, because, most of the PPV engines don't want that in there. So basically you go back here, you edit all these out, and now basically by the time you're done with this, you could spend an hour, 2 hours just on one campaign, just digging up all the URLs. So here's the answer. The answer is PPV Genius. And so what we've done is we've taken a software, developed it in Adobe Air, which runs on any platform, Mac, PC, anything that runs Adobe Air. We can go here, we can type in our keyword, teeth whitener, click search, and literally in just a matter of like 30 to 40 seconds, we're going to end up with thousands of URLs. Now, sometimes the URL count will be less. Like in this case, teeth whitener. We only got back, a total of 420, but think about the time that it would have taken you to do 420 URLs, to copy, to paste them. More importantly, let's say that we want to add on to this, and of course we would. So we're going to add on teeth whitening. So by doing teeth whitening, we're actually going to come up with additional URLs. And you can watch the speed at which this thing actually generates the URLs. It actually gathers them and puts them in a format that makes it easy to view and use them. So in a matter of less than 30 seconds, so we've got 840 URLs, which is great. So now we want to take those and we want to actually work with them. So we'll dump them over into the export list. Click on dedupe. We'll click on the copy tab, because right now we're just going to literally just copy them into the clipboard so that we can use them in Notepad. And what we're going to do is we're going to click on full URL, which is what we want for PPV. Now they're in memory. We're going to get rid of everything that's in the Notepad already. Here's a list. This is a list of all the unique URLs that we gathered in a matter of seconds. Now, think about how much time this would take you to actually generate on your own. Copy, paste, copy, paste. You would spend quite some time. That's one of the beauties of PPV Genius. Now, let's see what else you can do with this. So now that you've got the URLs in the export list, you can actually create an export list from this designed just for Google. So you know how when you do PPC marketing, although this is designed for PPV marketers, most marketers I know end up doing PPC anyhow. You've already got all of your various settings for anything in the export list. So what we've done is we've already blocked in an exact phrase and broad search. So that helps expedite that as well. Let's say you don't want to, let's say you don't want that for Google and you want it for another search engine like Yahoo that doesn't use the brackets and quotes. So you click on extra, come over here, and now what we've done is we've taken the URLs. So now when you go to bid on these URLs in PPC, they're already pre-generated. They've added in a bunch of extra settings that most people don't even bother bidding on, like adding the www at the beginning and a few other variations. Those are all done for you. And whenever you get done with this, basically, if you don't even want all the variations, if you just want a basic list, we've got that too. So this is your basic list, no variations, just all your basic list. It's one of the things that makes PPV Genius, such a time saver. So now that we've got all of our URLs in here, let's move them all back. All right. So now we move all the URLs back to the list, and we can work with it. We can actually export it from here. So let's say you just wanted to copy it as is, right? You want everything. You want the source, the type, the query, everything. We give you that as well.